Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to Thursday Night Live on the Click to the Track to the Profit. I am John G. Olson. That is Blaine Jones, the legend, the myth, the man, the legend. We are here each and every Thursday for your viewing pleasure. I promise to dance. There's my dance. Maybe more later. You guys play your cards right. This is Click Track Profit Thursday Night Live. Essentially what we do each and every Thursday is we talk with you guys. We discuss tips, tricks, strategies, techniques on how to crush it in affiliate marketing, as well as in blockchain space and the like. So we're going to have some fun today. Thank you, Jen, for sharing. I appreciate that. I got lots to talk about, but let's check in on the man, on the Blaine to the Jones, to see how he's doing and what he's been typing at over the past few days here. How you doing?
So before we get into that, what I do want to do is I want to talk about CTP talk and CTP tokens. That's what I'm going to talk about in a minute, but it's not the topic for this one right now. Everybody can see everything on the blockchain, right? That's the great part about it. It's total transparency on everything. What that does mean is that means I can see exactly how many CTP tokens every single person has that has CTP tokens. The problem is people are just holding on to tokens. And I'll tell you why that's a problem. One, the tokens aren't working for you if they're just sitting there. They need to be staked, or you need to sell them off or something, right? So if you plan on just having tokens hold there and do nothing, they're not working for you. That's fine, do that. Realistically though, you should be staking like a majority of them, reinvesting it back, because the more you earn, the more you earn. Like, I don't know how to make that any simpler.
It sounds weird, but that's true.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works. So there are people with thousands of CTP tokens that are just chilling out in their accounts, which is odd to me. I would think that, I mean, it's free money that you're getting. Why not take that and invest it into CTP some more, and you can earn more from that. You're compounding what you're earning. So it's compound interest on the simplified level. Really, really easy. So with that being said, the CTP token IPN is super close. I finally got what I wanted to working, and we're just a little bit away from it. So the last things that I have to do, I have to translate dollars, because everything on CTP is in dollars. I have to translate dollars to Steam and then to CTP tokens, because that's the methodology that we have to work. And that'll be done all back end. So, and you won't see it as the user. And then once that's done, that shouldn't take me more than tonight, realistically. And once that's done, I can start building the actual IPN and the transaction processing for that. And once I have that done, any site that is on an LFM script, the membership script, whatever you want to call it, any site that's on that script, I can integrate with near ease. And I just have to make sure I document all the files correctly and follow everything, so I can just send out zip packages so people can just unzip it and put it on their website with simple of ease. So that should be coming in the next week or so. If it doesn't happen by next Thursday or Friday, just start messaging me, and then I'll shut off my Telegram and get it done. So
shut off the Telegram. Perfect. Yeah, so that's actually what I touched on it a little bit in the update today on CTP Talk. I just did a quick little CTP update every week that I like to do these. And that was what I mentioned, was that it's really close. And we're actually going to be featured in Tribe Talk on Monday. So Pensif, if you guys know who Pensif is, he's a prominent Steemian on the Steem blockchain who interviews different people each and every week. And he started up this thing a couple of weeks ago called Tribe Talk, which basically focuses on different tribes on the Steem blockchain, and CTP being one of them. So we will be featured on Monday, and I was kind of bugging Blaine. I was like, dude, let's have some news for Monday. So that's what we're working for next week. Would be really cool for the IPN. So we're busting our butt. Blaine's busting his butt. I'm just sitting there going, yeah, I got the CTP test tokens you sent me. That's basically what my job description is during this. So Thank goodness we have Blaine. Other than that, for Click Track Profit, everything's on the up and up. It's funny. We talked about this in the owners meeting last night, that it's almost too quiet. We don't really have any haters. We have haters that are quiet behind the scene in communities that don't really get a lot of press and publicity, but out there, we don't really have anybody hating what we're doing. And as a marketer, it's kind of a catch-22. You know, when you wake up every day, you're not saying, oh, I want to go get people hating what I'm doing and I want people to dislike me. That's not what you're saying. But at the other side of the coin, it's like, if you're not doing stuff that gets people talking, you're not really doing a good job. So it's kind of like, again, kind of like this, I'm in the middle. We're kind of like in this sitting on neutral right now. It's like part of me is saying I want to get out there and be really vocal and shake people up a little bit. But then on the other side of the coin, I'm like, I don't really want to piss anybody off because I kind of like not being everybody's enemy these days. So that's kind of a note. I mean, for marketing, I mean, you're not waking up every day going, you know, I want to get people hating me, but you kind of gotta have an opinion. You kind of have to make it uncomfortable a little bit. That's part of being a marketer. Remember, this is the thing. People don't slow down on the side of the highways when they see a billboard or something like that. What do they slow? They slow down if there's an accident. They slow down if there's something. They want to see things. It's like people will pay attention to the train wrecks rather than the beauty, which is just, it's human nature. It's weird, but that's kind of the way it is. So when you're out there marketing, you're trying to build your business, you can't be average. You can't be vanilla. You can't be neutral. You've really got to do something that gets people talking and gets people thinking gets people thinking like, you know, like this is someone I want to pay attention to. What's the old quote about Howard Stern in the movie, the Howard Stern movie? It was like, you know, the people that like Howard Stern listen to him for 2 hours a day. The people that hate Howard Stern listen to him to 3 to 4 hours a day. It's just the way it is. It's human nature. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I want to talk to you guys about the infographic that I created this week. Basically, okay, so Blaine hit me up, I think it was Sunday night when he sent me this note. And he's like, check this out. And it was kind of like this, just a graphic. And he didn't even say anything. Like I kind of knew what he was thinking. He threw this image to me, and it was basically what he was telling me was, create something for CTP that looks like this and has the same message. So this was this one. It's inside your Click Track Profit members area under the affiliate tools. It's the if you started a year ago. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. I really want, because again, we've said this a few times, this is month 3 now, right? This is kind of like when everybody gives up. This is when everybody goes on to the greener pastures. This is when it's not sexy to be part of a program or a community because it's not new and flashy. This is when most people give up. So I made a post this week. I did this infographic, and this was what I said in the post. I said, this is entrepreneurship, and if you are not willing to invest a year in any business you get into, I'm not even talking Click Track Profit, I'm talking any online opportunity, any business at all. If you're not willing to invest at least, and I'm talking at least a year into it, just don't bother, because you're just going to be wasting your time, your energy, your money. It's not going to bear fruits. It's not going to give you the results you're looking for simply because you haven't had enough time for it to mature. Now, this is big. This is huge, and a really big. I've said this example a few times in my years. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, and I talk about my buddies that like I knew offline and how they started an offline business. So, short story. I'll try to keep it brief. But it's a really good message, so hope you guys remember this. When I was just getting started in business, really excited, I was pumped up, I was fired up, getting really good results. I hung out with a few friends of mine, and a couple of them really wanted to get into entrepreneurship. They were fascinated with how I was building businesses, but they didn't want to do the online thing. They actually wanted to open a restaurant. So these guys I helped them, just kind of gave them a little bit of advice here and there. And they took this guy refinanced his home. He put up, I think it was $250,000 in leasing and equipment for the staff, the everything. Like, it was about $250,000 he had to invest in his restaurant. So him and his partner spent $250,000 in his restaurant. They knew going in that they would be in the red for at least 3 years, like at least. So before they would even see $1 in profit, they went in knowing that it would take 3 years to just get to the black. Just to get into the black would take at least 3 years, at least. They were okay with that. But somehow in online business, we have this mindset that if it doesn't happen in 2 months or less, I'm wasting my time. And this infographic that Blaine, kind of hinted at me to create and design, and again, it's inside of your affiliate tools, is so powerful to me because I saw what these guys sacrificed, and they busted their butt to try to build a business offline. And we are in this unique position where, yeah, you know what? We don't have to invest $250,000, but we have to invest some money. We have to invest some time. We have to invest effort, and it will not happen in 2 months or less. And for some reason, online business has this mentality. Oh, I can do it for free. I'm not going to spend any money. And I think this is it. And we'll talk about this too, but Blaine, I want to ask you a question. And this is going to make some people feel uncomfortable. I think this is why a lot of people go to, like, when it comes to making money online, they'll do they'll do the TEs, they'll do the faucets, they'll do the things that there's no risk at all. You don't have to put yourself out there clicking on a faucet. You don't need to put yourself out there clicking on a TE. You don't need to put yourself out there at all. They don't want to take the risk because they're not willing to invest at least a year. And I'll ask you, Blaine, do you think this, is it just human nature? Is this kind of like is this the beast? Is this what we've got to deal with? Or is there some way that we get people thinking, put yourself out there, take some chances, you got to start investing in yourself? And, I don't know. I'd love to hear your comments too on this.
So I'm gonna read Jen's comment first. She said she can't just do this for the money. It has to be a passion and make you want to create valuable content, and it's a total mindset shift. So at the end of the day, owning your own business, running your own home business, building your own business, etc., it has to be a passion, and there has to be a want and a desire there. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. Right? That's the reason a lot of people just go to work and work the 9 to 5, because they go, they clock in, they get told what to do, and then they can clock out and go home. The problem with online businesses is you have to do everything yourself. Or starting your own business, you have to do all the things. You can have all the mentorship in the world, but you still have to do all the things, and you have to put yourself out there, and you have to, unfortunately, you have to fail. You're going to fail in some manner, whether it be small fail, large fail, so forth and so on. You need to do all of this to become successful. And a lot of people aren't willing to take that risk because it is a risk. You talk about not having to invest money into certain niches or ventures online and stuff like that. So when we talk about like TEs, it doesn't cost money to use a TE, but it costs money to build and maintain and create a TE. Like, to run a successful TE, you have to invest into it. It's not $10 and you have a site. There should be money put into that. You don't want to know how much we've invested, both time and money-wise, into CTP alone, let alone CTP Talk or getting the CTP token or all this other stuff. We've put money out there in front before any of this stuff was happening. And we know, and we knew and understood that the odds of making a profit in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months is going to be slim to not going to happen. And that's what me and John understand. And we're still here every single day, and we're still continuing to invest money and time into everything that we are doing. And we have yet to make up the amount of money that we've invested at this point. but we're going to continue to push forward and continue to build. And that's what we're doing, because we're here for the long term. Like you had just said, John, we're not here for a month or 2 months looking for $1 million success, because we both know logistically that's not possible.
Yeah.
We talked about it. I don't know if it was Monday or I think it was Monday. We talked about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. There are people that are trying to build subscribers on YouTube that don't hit 100,000 in 2-3 years, but they're still continuing to do it, because you have to continue to do it, and you have to continue to build one by one. And it's the same thing with affiliate marketing. When we talk about building your list, you're not going to get a list of 1,000 people overnight. You're probably not going to get a list of 1,000 people in a month. But you want to build it consistently and continuously, and you have to keep doing that. I mean, we don't build houses by throwing a bunch of bricks in a direction, right?
Yeah.
We have to carefully lay each brick one by one until they're all in place. And then eventually we get a house. And that takes time. That's what you have to do. That's what we have to build. And that's what everybody needs to understand. It takes time. It takes money. You have to invest into it, and you have to take a risk. If you're not willing to take a risk, go work for somebody else.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a huge message, man. Because just like you said, when you do a 9 to 5 or something, and there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, God knows there's nothing wrong with it, but you have a job description. When you're an entrepreneur, your job description is kind of like every day. It changes. You have, just like Blaine said, you have to do it yourself. There's no one that's going to lay this out for you. There's suggestions and tips and strategies, and hopefully CTP provides that for you. But at the end of the day, Blaine and me can't force you to start a mailing list. We can't force you to start a YouTube channel. We can't force you to start writing a blog. We can't do it. There's nothing. I mean, we can incentivize it. We can lay it all out for people. But at the end of the day, it's a personal decision. You have to take charge. And I think Jen said, you got to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, or get a battle buddy, right? Get an accountability partner that will keep you on the up and up every week. And you guys just, piggyback off each other. What'd you do today? Oh, I did this. Cool. What'd you do today? Well, that will help too. But at the end of the day, no one can force you to do this. It won't happen. It can't happen. So this is why this infographic, I think, is huge. And where we want to be in a year from now. Remember, 99% of the people will not be here in a year from now. They won't. They will not have that determination, let's say, or the stick-to-itiveness to see this stuff through. They won't think of it as a business. And this is something me and Blaine talk about all the time in our personal chat. It's how to switch the mindset from hobby to business. How do we switch it into business? Now, you don't need to go and give up your 9 to 5. By all means, you don't. You don't need to go and say, I'm quitting everything and I'm going all in. No, you can do this stuff part-time, but you still have to treat it like a business. Spending an hour a day on your business while someone spends an hour a week on their business, who do you think is going to be ahead of the crowd in a year from now? You've got to think yearly, quarterly. You can't think day to day. Your day-to-day habits will help you build those results down the road. That's why I tell you guys, don't, like Blaine said, he just mentioned this. You're not going to get a list of 1,000 people. Don't try to get a list of 1,000 people. Try to get a list of 10 people first. That's it. Work with that. Then get to 100. Then get to 500. But don't have this in your mind that the only way you're going to be a success is if you get this big number. It takes time. And if you start now, in a year from now, you'll be blown away. Absolutely blown away at what you can accomplish. And I'll let Blaine chat here for a second, because I'm going to show you guys the math to this. We're going to go math, guys. I know you're excited. Blaine, are you excited to do some math?
Super excited.
Super.
But while he's doing that, Jen, your tribe, and just like Ian had said, your passion, it has to drive you. And that's the great thing about affiliate marketing and being an affiliate. It doesn't matter what your passion is. It can be mandolins. It can be laminating machines. It doesn't matter what your passion is. You can be an affiliate for that passion. There's millions upon millions of affiliate products out there for you to be able to sell to support your passion. It doesn't make a difference. And that's what people have to understand. You don't have to stay in just one niche. You can spread out. You can do whatever. It's only about what you want to do and how you want to build your business. That's what the focus should be. It should always be about you and your business. We're here with CTP and CTP Talk to help you build your business. It doesn't matter what it is. We don't care what niche you're in or anything like that. We know that you need specific tools to get there, and there are tips and tricks that we try to give you to help you along. But it doesn't matter the niche. The format and the steps are the same. At the end of the day, you have to build a list. You have to create content. You have to create a social following of some sort.
I'm almost done. Wait till you guys see this.
But it doesn't matter if it's one person or 10 people or 100 people or 1,000 people. Everybody starts at zero at the end of the day. We all started at zero, and the amount of time that we have put into it should be reflective of our time and efforts that we've put into it should be reflective of what we're earning and what we have as far as subscribers and followers and all that stuff. So John looks like he's ready.
Oh, I'm ready, man. This is big math. This is big math. I love what you said, Ian. That's bang on too, because your online activity, we talked about this week. It's your track record. It's your portfolio, right? So if you want to be looked at as someone that people want to do business with, you've got to have a portfolio. You've got to have a track record of actually doing things. So that's why we talk about content creation, why it's so important to blog every day, be in social media every day. We talked about it last night at the owners meeting, how you've got to think of yourself as a media company. You've got to like be out there in front of people, and that track record of actually seeing you do things, people will be attracted to that. Here is real math and why, the 3 steps to success inside of Click Track Profit. A lot of people, they just click it off. Yeah, I went to Periscope. It's amazing. Everybody in CTP clicks off that they've done a Periscope. I follow a lot of people on CTP. I've never seen one person do a Periscope. So I'm calling you all out, myself included, because I should be doing this too. So I can't point the fingers at everybody not doing Periscope because I'm not doing Periscope either. But here is the math of doing 3 things every day for a week. And I'm going to try to sneak this in. So you're accomplishing 21 tasks a week, right? 21 daily habits. So 3 different things each and every day, progressing your business forward and having a portfolio or a track record of that. Now let's do some more math. If you do that for a month, well, now you got 84 daily habits every single month that you have worked on, that you have a track record now. And then down, obviously, a year down the road, that's over 1,000 tasks or 1,000 potential pieces of content that you've created. This is how you do affiliate marketing in 2019. Doing things every day. Not just, I did my 3 steps to success. Actually doing it, because look at this adding up, man. And none of the 3 steps to success cost money. It's not like me and Blaine are telling you guys, hey, go and drop 50 grand a week on this stuff. This is literally doing 3 things a day, 3 simple things: writing a blog post, retweeting someone, commenting on someone's blog. Do that. Do different things each and every day. At the end of the year, you've got over 1,000 pieces of content or 1,000 action habits that will move you way ahead of the competition. Like, I'm talking night and day, because again, going back to what we just said, 99% of the people won't be here in a year. So doing this, you set yourself up for massive, massive, massive success. Again, check out the infographic. You can print this out. It prints very well. You can even laminate it, because I'm going to laminate this after. Just saying, that's what I do. I laminate things. This is powerful, man. If you started a year ago building your list, how far are you going to be ahead in 12 months from now? If you start launching a YouTube channel now, we just started our YouTube channel 3 weeks ago. We've got 121 subscribers, which is not astronomical, but you know what? We're gaining every day. We're getting 1 or 2 every day, and we're constantly adding content. At least 4, sometimes 5 videos a week go on our YouTube channel. Writing a blog. Imagine if you started writing a blog in a year from now, how far ahead would you be? Even if you did 1 blog post a week, that's 52 pieces of content, track record, portfolio. stick with your business. Here is potential earning. If you stuck with it, meaning, actually stay with something instead of giving up after a month. And then obviously learning every day, coming into Click Track Profit, doing these things. Man, I can't stress to you guys how important daily habits are to get you where you want to be in a year from now. It's night and day. It's absolutely night and day. So I don't know what happened, Jen. I don't know.
It's still working for me.
Still working here. Still here. I blame Canada. And what Jen said is bang on too. That's why it's important to be consistent every day. You don't need to have you don't need to write Pulitzer Prize winning articles. You don't need to create amazing images. All you got to do is create things each and every day. Little bits. Comment on people's blog posts. Curate stuff. Retweet things. I appreciate that, Scott. I mean, because again, at the end of the day, it's, again, like I said, me and Blaine can't force anybody to do this stuff. So the 3 steps to success are designed to get people into the habit of doing the things, not just checking them off, but actually doing them. So, Scott, that's awesome. That's why I haven't been clicking them off either, simply because I haven't been doing all of them. I do other things. I have my little whiteboard that I write down and what I'm going to do every day, but there's a lot of things I don't do. So, people that are saying, hey, I did a Periscope today, just checking it off. And it's like you check Twitter and there's no Periscopes at all. It's just, you're not cheating me or Blaine. That's the big message. So, and yes, just what Blaine typed there too. Yes. CTP has badges that you can get anytime. No, CTP Talk will not have badges. There is other things that have badges. Steam Mastery, you can work on that. There you go. So I don't want to be negative Nancy. I don't want to get you, but I do want to kind of make you guys a little uncomfortable because I want you guys to take action today and then continue it up the next day and then continue it up so that at the end of the year, you have the 1,008 pieces of content that you've created or the 1,008 action steps or positive habits that you move forward. Because if you do that, I guarantee you are going to absolutely crush it when it comes to this business stuff. It is the all of the personal development, success, talking, coaching, tech, all of that stuff is crap unless you take action. You take action, it's the greatest advice in the world, but you have to do it. Me and Blaine can't do it. So ta-da!
We're too busy taking our own action.
Yes. What do you guys think? Good talk? Did it make people feel, and I have this written down too, 1 year invest, meaning reminder, if you are not willing to invest, and investing doesn't mean just saying, hi, I'm taking action every day. Investing means doing the stuff, spending money. Yes, sorry, you can't do this for free. You can't. I'm sorry. Maybe some other person will tell you you can do it for free. You can't. You have to put money in it, and it starts with the autoresponder. It follows up with the tracking and analytics software. A nice little upgrade in CTP wouldn't hurt, but at the end of the day, you have to invest in your business. Now, you don't need to spend $250,000 like my offline buddies had to, and I think that's the attraction to online business. Yes, you need to spend the money, but you have to budget it. That's what the pizza plan is for. Pizza plan was the budget. The $75 a month on a business, man. I mean, really? That's it? But still, people still find excuses why they can't find the $75. It's just basic stuff. Autoresponder and tracker. I'm pleading with you. You've got to change the mindset. You've got to go you've got to say, my autoresponder it's not up for debate. I'm paying my autoresponder bill every month. My tracking and analytics, it's not up for debate. I'm paying that every month. CTP upgrade, not up for debate. I'm paying that every month. Various traffic sources, I'm paying for that every month. That's the mindset. And I'm only speaking on what I know, okay? And when I did that, I remember when I quit my job, I was doing delivery service and I was doing pizza flipping. When I switched that and said, regardless of whatever happens, that is my monthly budget for my expenses. That is what I'm when that flipped in my head, that's when my business, it started becoming a business and not a hobby. And I think that's when you start putting your own money into things, you know, I don't care what autoresponder you use, just please use an autoresponder. I don't care what tracking service. I care about CTP though. Shameless self-promotion for CTP. Why are we not getting the spend money vids on CTP? That's my daily reminder to change habits. Okay, so Blaine hates when I throw those things up every now and then. Okay, so this is the thing. Forcing login offers on people might have been really sexy 10 years ago. If, like, when you join CTP, you have an offer to upgrade. There's a downsell. If you take it, there's an upsell, et cetera, et cetera. I will throw offers in from time to time, but this is something I totally agree with Blaine with. It's like if people are going to upgrade, they're going to upgrade. If they see the value in CTP, they'll upgrade. Now, there's different marketing techniques we can use to increase that, and we're always messing with stuff, but forcing people to view offers, it's like, again, it worked, 10 years ago, but now it's like people have the attention span of goldfish. If you don't let them progress and there's not a skip video right away, they're gone. That's metrics. And we see that from tracking and analytics from our back end. People that watch a video, if they're forced to watch a video, sometimes they don't even watch the full thing. They just shut down the browser. So it's this catch-22. It's like, yeah, you want to offer people deals, and we do. Like when we did the unlimited LCP, we did that offer and stuff like that. But forcing people to sit through an upgraded offer video is like, we do it every now and again, but it's not something we want to do all the time because, yeah.
Yeah, so looking at analytics and heat maps, the majority of people, when presented a login offer of any sort, automatically try to scroll to the bottom to find the no thank you button. Yeah. And this is like 90+% of people. A very small amount will stay and watch the video and then click no thank you, and then an even smaller amount may actually purchase something. So we're trying to change the way we do marketing. We're trying to do it better at the end of the day. So that's the goal. And like John had said, if you see the value in upgrading, you're going to upgrade.
Yeah. And that's our job, right? Is to give you guys value. And if we're not doing it, we're not doing a good enough job. So.
And we're going to do specials every now and again. And I've got something pre-built almost into CTP where it's not a login offer. It's just something that highlights a special that's going on or something, so that people can purchase that if they want. But the days of login offers and stuff like that, they're nearly gone at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, and metrics show it. I mean, it's we were converting like, when we forced it, it was really bad. Like it was not good. And then maybe that's the offers, who knows? But I think that the primary goal of a business, and this is kind of to make the widget that they're selling as sexy as possible, right? To give it enough value so that someone, not only do they want to upgrade, they want to become raving fans of it. They want to talk about it a lot, and they want to share it with other people. And that is what we're trying to do with CTP. We want you guys to be the loudest voice in the room when it comes to waving the flag for CTP. And again, we can't force it. It has to be earned. I think that has to be earned. And that's what we're working on. I mean, that's why we create new content all the time. We're always doing new training videos. I got new modules coming. Why me and Blaine are working on some super secret stuff, phase 2 stuff. I mean, we got so much stuff that we just want to throw it out there for you guys. That you guys are like, this is a no doubt. Like, I'm going to upgrade. Not only am I going to upgrade, I'm going to tell everybody I know about this program because it smells awesome. It might totally fail, but you know what? That's part of entrepreneurship. You throw things against the wall and you see what works. And if we didn't do this, in a year from now, we'd be pissed off that we didn't try. Continuous improvement too, Ian. Kaizen, right? That's the Japanese term for continuous improvement. That's why the Japanese auto builders were so successful in the 80s and stuff, is because they implemented this thing called Kaizen that made that they took everything that they did the day before, and this is the whole basis of Plus One. They took what worked before and what didn't, and they improved upon it. They left the things yesterday that didn't work, and they improved and focused on the stuff that worked. So they got better. Every day they got better. They got better. They got better. They got better. And that's, again, Plus One. That's why we tell people 3 steps to success. Go and do these things. Because tomorrow it's going to get a lot easier to blog if you started blogging yesterday. In a week from now, it's going to be a whole lot easier to launch a YouTube channel and create content on YouTube if you started the week previous. You're going to get better every single step of the way. But again, Blaine can't force you. John can't force you.
We're way too busy.
Way too busy. Can't babysit. No, just joking.
And then another thing that I want to hit on is we had talked about you have to invest. It costs money, plain and simple at the end of the day. And the pizza plan originally $75. We've gotten that down further, and there's videos in CTP that talk about how we've gotten that down almost to like $50 or less a month. And that's, we have to understand though, that's for an affiliate marketer. If you're a website owner, you have to realistically be looking at double to triple to even quadruple that on a light month for everything that it costs to maintain and continue to build and upgrade a website. There's a large problem with websites across the internet where owners will create it and then open it and then never do anything with it again. It just doesn't work. You have to maintain it. You have to update it. And especially with all these new laws and bylaws coming out about all these little things going on. Most recently being the European Union cookies issue or whatever it was. Like you realistically have to keep up and maintain with all this stuff. And same thing with an affiliate marketer. And that's just a starting budget, right? That budget can grow exponentially depending on how large your field has become. So, and that's what we have to understand as both affiliate marketers and owners. It does cost money, and not just the rental fee for the server or hosting, as we like to call it.
Well, it's, I love being transparent, and some people cringe when the transparency, but this is something that me and Blaine discussed when we started CTP. We pay each other. We make sure that there's money for the commissions each and every week. We make sure that we get our paycheck every week, but there's also a war chest that we've got that we're building, because you know what? There will be fees that will appear. And we wanted to have a war chest, so just in case we needed something, and we have the funds for it. So saying that, you can do this business for $50 to $75 a month, that's the minimum. Like, that's like bare minimum, because you never know what you might need, where you're going to go. Yeah, you want to keep on budget, but if something comes across your plate that, something happens, server fails or whatever, you need to get to a new server and they need a down payment or whatever. You never know. It's business. So you should always budget for that too. That's why when I did the pizza plan, if you remember it, there was about $5 to $10 in that I used for miscellaneous. It was always the what if factor. And it's what me and Blaine set up with CTP. We have our war chest just in case. If something doesn't go, hey, cool. Bonuses at the end of the year. But if things do happen, we have the ability now and the flexibility to make sure that CTP is here forever and ever and ever. So yeah, it's a great idea, Jen, and it's kind of like the pay, this is old investing advice, and don't listen to me, because if you know my crypto investments over the past 2 years, you'll know that I'm definitely not the person to listen to. But it's like a business emergency fund, but you pay this, pay yourself first, pay the investment first. So every paycheck, this was you take 10% of your paycheck, put it into whatever investment vehicles you have. That's just a practice that me and Blaine are doing with CTP. Reserve fund, emergency funds, war chest, whatever you want to call it. That's a really good idea. So you have your monthly budget. You know that, okay, You got your autoresponder fee, you got your web host fee, you got your CTP fee, you got your tracking analytics fee. Well, you got this extra $5 to $10 a month that you have budgeted. Instead of putting it in your pocket and saying, "Oh, I save money," put it into a war chest. Put it into something that builds up over time that you almost forget about until you need it. It's better to have that be, like when it's there just in case you need it, instead of like not having it when you need it. So, and it's not thousands of dollars, literally. I think what we're doing, like 5% or something. I mean, it's nothing, and you don't even notice it. It just starts building up, and we have it now. And now, if Blaine says, "I really need this new server thingamajiggy," it's like, hey, cool.
It doesn't have to be large things either. A new logo will come up randomly. We just got a new logo for a site.
We did. Coming up.
Money. New designs in different things like that. Upgrading your site. If you don't know how to do that properly, somebody has to do that, and that costs money.
Right.
So we just upgraded all of our, or we're in the process of getting ready to upgrade all of our databases because, not databases, but hosting for our server because cPanel is going away because they cost money, and I'm not paying that extra money for it. So we have to upgrade all that.
cPanel.
That?
Death to cPanel.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They got this new thing out. It works just the same. I don't really care. Yeah, so it's not free. It takes time and it takes money. Yeah. At the end of the day. And that's the same thing as everything. It takes money to make money. I mean, we've all heard it a million times. Right. So
yeah, it's Ian, it's really up to you what you're willing to invest in your business. I mean, again, it's nothing. Blaine and me can't force you, right? It's kind of you decide what you're comfortable doing, but then you stick to it. That's the big thing. And this is the big nugget. Like Blaine just said, yeah, it costs money to make money. We've heard that a million times, but the best thing, and I'm not trying to belittle our industry, but we don't need to spend thousands of dollars a week to be in this industry. It can literally be 10 to 20 bucks a week to be in this industry effectively. Now that's minimum, and you might want to do more or whatever your ability to do it, but you don't need to drop the $250,000. Like I always use the example of my buddies offline that started up the restaurant. And then they had to basically go into this going 3 years, we're broke. Like, I mean, that's kind of the mentality for offline businesses. People, this is the way they think offline, but online it's like, oh, you know what? 2 weeks if I don't get profit, it's a scam and I'm giving up. Hobby business. It's different mentalities, it's mindsets. Like I said, it's got to switch. How I think it switches is, yeah, invest in yourself, but also doing the daily habits, the 3 steps to success, doing these positive things each and every day that you start getting into a habit and you start rolling. It's like, damn, this list building stuff is fun. I just got 10 people on my list last week. Awesome. I love creating content on YouTube. Look at that. I've done it every week now for a year. I got 52 awesome videos, a whole track record. Like, that's why the daily habits are so important. Not just saying you do it, but actually doing this stuff. It does, Jen. It does. It costs money and time. And that's the thing. If you don't have the money, you're going to have to invest a whole lot of time. So even when, people say, oh, you can do it for free, you just got to put the time in. Well, time costs money, right? It's the biggest asset you're never going to get back. So it's like, that's why me and Blaine will go to Fiverr and say, here's $20, design us a logo, instead of me and Blaine, spending 15 hours trying to like draw the letter A on Paint Shop Pro. Yeah, I use Paint Shop Pro, baby. Woo! Anyways, hope that was enjoyable to you guys. Anybody watching the recording, you should be here live because this is when we do the fun stuff. So thanks for watching. Toodaloo, YouTubes. Bye. Thanks for watching, YouTube.